John from Sell Ready Pro in a minute. Jenny, you're on.
Okay, so this is 62
That's John.
Myrtle Beach Drive. And the first thing I always like to do is to look at the landscaping. This particular property is great because everything is nice and mature, and there's really nothing that I have to do to it to get it in rent-ready condition. So we can leave the front yard just like it is. So we can come on inside. There's a couple little things that we're going to do just maintenance-wise as far as...
For example, they've got a rug over this thing and we're going to insulate it.
And any kind of camera like that, we're going to get eliminated.
Yeah.
So that'll be taken. And here we are in the formal living room. We've got our laminate flooring here. We have plantation shutters on the windows, which is awesome. Tenants love that. Gas fireplace right there. This is actually, just so you know, an award-winning floor plan from America West. When they built this was the hottest thing the years that they were building this. So you're going to notice high ceilings, you're going to notice big open space. Everything everybody looks for is in this house. So as I go through, I'll note that. So in here, there's really nothing other than what we're going to talk about through the whole house, which is a full paint. Now, originally when I saw the video, I thought we were going to be able to leave the paint. However, being here, there's too many different sheens to it, and it doesn't look fresh. So we are going to do a full paint. Coming up here, we are going to go into our formal dining area with a very cool, eye-catching modern chandelier. I think that is going to be a really neat asset to this property. As you walk through the front door, that's where your eyes are going to go. I think it's really cool. Nothing really needs to be done in there other than the paint.
Are we taking this off?
No, this is actually working. So this is a little dated. It's got cassette tape, but it is good for the radio. So when you're cleaning house and you want to put Christmas music on, you take it to 106.5 and the entire home has Christmas music no matter where you're going. So you're not going to use it all the time, but for those rare times, yeah, it works fine.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's already there. This is where it's going to get fun. So we have this really neat setup for a kitchen where anybody that's in here cooking is going to have this beautiful view of the golf course. It's got the 2 sliding doors that go out to the backyard. We need this kitchen to get a little fresher. So I don't know if your video can actually capture it, but your cabinets are worn. This is a place that's probably something you can capture there over by the sink. And the problem is if I try and come in here and just clean it, I'm going to take off the varnish, making it even worse. I think these need to be painted. And when I say painted in my mind, I'm thinking of just going a little bit darker to cover up any flaws that over time has happened to the lighter cabinets. We'll still put all of the door handlers back on. We will get a microwave that is a space saver white, so that way we keep these appliances. That will save us money, because if these are all working, don't pull them out. However, they are probably the age of the property, so as time goes on, we may need to replace them. Don't need to do them at this time as long as they're working. So looking at this kitchen, a little darker setup for the cabinets. I think it'll look great with the countertop. I think that we've got some mismatching going on, but again, I think we're going to be fine. Love that fridge. I think that fridge is going to save us because that's a focal point. And if it's any appliance that you've got the budget that you may want to replace, this would be the one that I would do, because it's an ecru color. It's not white. And so if we wanted to start matching, we could start going to a stainless steel effect if we wanted to. Okay, so in here the kitchen sink is great, the chrome faucet is great, the ceramic flooring is fine. We have our overhead light for our dining nook, and then of course this incredible patio with the view out onto the golf course, which we'll see when we get in the backyard. Now we will step down into our family room. In our family room, we have got the ceramic tile flooring, again, perfect for a rental, so we'll be able to keep this forever. We have a little wet bar that's in the back there with the mirror that's behind it. All this being painted, so imagine we're going to have new paint in here. Fireplace is great. I know it's got a little bit of a fancier tile. The face of it is more custom, but it'll be fine. More than likely, nobody's going to put their TV there anymore. This is probably going to become your TV wall. So this will all be set up a little differently. Love the 2 sliders again going out to the backyard. high ceilings, so gorgeous. Then in here, we have your laundry room. I do believe these are staying
Yes.
with the property, so that'll be nice because it does give it a little nice pop in here. All this will go, but this is a good size laundry room, perfect for this amount of rooms. This is that, what's it called, an anti-block or
Manifold.
manifold block
And
that
put a screw in there.
West does.
Yeah, put a screw in there on every one of these houses where you have this. You put a screw. The reason is, if I were to open and close one of those, we have a leak.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
Why? I'm worried about that. Why do? Oh, because it's not plugged in.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Every time I see that
secure
opening,
it?
it does.
just put a screw.
Okay.
Secure it.
And then we have our bedroom downstairs. So there's going to be a bedroom and bath down. There's a smell in here of a dog. However, I think when the dog and the personal stuff go, and we do a good cleaning along with the painting, we should be fine.
This floor should not retain any smells.
No, I think we're gonna. It is very strong right now. And then we have another slider that goes out to the backyard, so you can see the whole focal point of this house is going to the rear. Ceiling fan is fine, closet's fine, other than painting in here and then doing a nice white baseboard paint on those baseboards is perfect. Here is the guest bathroom, which is a 3/4. I didn't see anything that we need to do too much on this. Sinks all look good. Everything in here is fine. Nice closet. That's where you're going to put all your coats that we have in Vegas, our one coat. That's what we like to use. We have a 3-car garage. There's tinfoil in the windows of that garage. I would like those removed. I don't think it's necessary, even though it is west facing. We can get those removed, and then that way it'll just brighten up this garage. You can't see it right now, but you do have a garage door opener here. This one is wired for it, but does not have it.
But I don't normally put one in for the third anyway.
We don't need to. And there is a water softener that is back here.
Remove.
Yeah.
Basically, we want to remove anything that will cost more repairs and doesn't generate money.
Correct. And the owner did mention that he just replaced the water heater. So that's a nice, if that's true, that's a great, could be a big ticket item later on that we don't have to worry about. Good news, I do believe we can keep this carpet. So we will get it detailed with a good carpet cleaning. All this little bit will come up. It looks like they were very conscious about taking their shoes off, and that's probably why this carpet has lasted.
Now, this is going to be good for how many more turns, would you guess?
One tenant.
Okay.
Because the tenant is not going to be so good about keeping those shoes off. And if you're coming from our Vegas asphalt into this house, you're going to trek all that dirt onto this carpet, and it's too light.
Okay.
So if we get really, really, really lucky, then the tenant that we put in here will do that, and then we'll be great. But if not, then we're going to have to look to replace the carpet.
Okay.
So let's start the master first. We do have some solar screens on some of the windows. I'm not a huge fan of solar screens, except for these two windows, it's a good idea. So these two windows we're going to leave because you are going to get some heat coming in here. So we'll leave those there. However, this solar screen is not necessary. If you've got all these different windows and you've only got one solar screen on one window, it's really not going to do any. And it does stop your eye from going out there and seeing this beautiful view. So we're going to want to remove that solar screen, and then we will leave the blinds for now. These are the very inexpensive blinds. We'll leave them because they are working and they're good. However, when it's a blind exchange or one of these gets broken, we're going to go ahead and do that entire bay window with the faux wood blind. In here, you never want carpet in a bathroom.
Especially around the toilet.
Yes. That's one of the hardest things to rent a house that has a house with carpet in the toilet. It's just, they just don't like it. So we want to get all of this ceramic tiled. We can leave the carpet in this closet. We can leave the carpet right here. That'll bring some uniformity in this because we are not going to be able to match this tile. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with a color that's kind of sandy, that hopefully will be close to this, and that's what we'll put on the floor. Okay? But I actually like that they painted the cabinets in here. We do have a little spidering that's happening here. I'm not really worried about that. John's going to make sure that it does not leak. As long as it's not leaking, we're just going to buff it up, make it look prettier, but I don't think we need to replace the sink. Okay? So in here, pretty minor. Now, I understood as the owner was talking to me that he is actually replacing windows. Is that your understanding as well?
He, I believe on this house, I'm not 100% sure because Cleo runs this, I think we have one window that has to be replaced and he's crediting us $500.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't think that's necessary to replace.
No.
So if he's going to credit you the $500, we'll use the $500 in other things. Okay? Because nobody's going to care about that. All right. We've got our ceiling fan here with our remote control right there. There are a couple of light bulbs that will need to get changed out and that are burnt out that we will have to put new in. John does that as a once-over before he actually gives us the property for the market.
That and janitorial and rekeying.
Yes. And of course the carpet cleaning too, so that'll get done. This room is super easy. We're not doing anything but painting in here. So I know there's no blinds on this window, but this is going to work just fine.
Okay.
So we do not need to do anything more than that. So this is just a room that's going to get painted. This room does have laminate flooring that has not been installed as good as the stuff downstairs. So we're going to continue to wash this. There are some seams that are coming up. I think for a secondary bedroom, this will probably be just fine.
Okay.
But bear in mind, this is low quality, so when you put a bed on this or a desk on this, it's probably going to get a bit scratched up and it's not going to wear as well. It's just the way that this particular flooring is. This room has one random solar screen. We're going to remove that. And then again, these are going to be just fine, so we don't need to worry about that. We have a funky light. We don't know why. It's battery operated, it's in here, it doesn't need to be in here, we're going to remove it.
Okay.
We don't want a tenant saying, hey, that light in the closet doesn't work, so go replace it. We didn't even put it in there, so the builder never put it in there. This is going to be the guest bathroom for the 3 bedrooms that it shares up here. Actually, everything in here is in really good shape. We're going to get a good detailed janitorial in here. There was one little area that I saw that they've already fixed a chip, but it looks good. Over time, that might present itself, and we'll just fix it again, so not a big deal. But everything else is really good. So a nice, good guest bathroom. This room here is the room that overlooks the backyard. So this is going to be your premium room. Again, I want this solar screen removed so that you can have this view that is out there. These are broken. We cannot get them to come down. This is that faux wood blinds that we would like to replace everything with later on. So we will get a new set of blinds in here. We're going to try and salvage that. You can see that over time it's just gotten kind of sun-worn. So we're going to leave it for now. If the tenant comments about it after they move in, it could be something that we just pop up there. You just order it from Home Depot and then we can just install it. It's just a set-in for your half moon. The ceiling fan here is not controlled by a wall switch or a remote, so it all is just a chain, but that's fine. And then we've got our nice mirrored closet doors. So this is your upstairs area, but notice how open and it's just got a really good feel to it. Standing anywhere up here, you get views of the trees, views of the golf course. Tenants are going to love that. All right, now let's go to our backyard. Which is the best door? Probably this one.
Kitchen. That's one I would use each time.
So on this back patio, there's a dimmer switch right here that allows those 2 lights to go on basically a mood control. You can dim them down or you can have them be really bright. So in a covered patio like that with those 2 recessed lights, that's a nice feature. This is great. Having this already in is awesome. And I am just going to say how wonderful it is to have synthetic grass. Doesn't it look beautiful, Eric?
All the time.
This is what I would always prefer. Anytime you have any kind of vegetation in the backyard, having the synthetic grass up against it is just, it's a great feeling. It feels good. Nobody cares that it's fake. It lasts, it's green all year long, no water to be used, so we love it. Truthfully, this backyard is awesome. Tenants are going to live back here, so this is absolutely excellent. And I am assuming a lot of these pots and things will go with the cellar. Whatever doesn't go with the cellar, we are going to remove, because there's no reason to have all that. Anything that's not in the ground should really just be hauled off. And other than that, it's a great property.
Okay.